Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This pre-market Pulsescan report is for trading on Thursday, December the 21st, 2017. It's been a while since I've made a video because I have been swamped busy dealing with family and also working on some things behind the scenes in the lab. I've been in the lab. I've been doing a lot of research, things of that nature. So that's why I haven't had time to make videos. So unfortunately for my YouTube fans and followers, that's where I've been. But fortunately for the trading room, I've been able to do what I normally do there. All right, so why am I making this video today? Well, first of all, I wanted to wish YouTube audience a happy holidays, and just wanted to thank you for your subscriptions and support. And I'm looking for exciting things to come in 2018. So I want to take the time just to say thank you. And I have so many things coming down the pipe that I can't even begin to go into it all right now. But a lot has happened in the past 2 weeks. We have Bitcoin futures trading at the CME as well as the CBOE, and it's just so much going on, folks, even in the world news. I mean, if you look at different news sources across the globe, and I mean mainstream media sources as well as your alternative internet sources, you will notice that the memes that are being played around right now are shocking. We had a tax bill that has just been introduced. The problem is, as an American citizen, we have no clarity. There's no full disclosure of anything. They pass laws, legislations, and bills without having the general population having a say. You get to elect people to office, but you don't get to see the things that they're voting on. They don't post the bills on the internet where the public can download it and look through it for themselves and decide if that's something that they want or not and take a vote on it. Oh no. Most of the time they pass these new bills, laws, and legislation without even reading it. All right? Most of the time they don't even know what's in it. As far as we know, yeah, there may be some tax stuff in there, of course, giving more benefits to the rich. But it could be something in there saying, yeah, by April of 2018, all guns will be illegal for U.S. citizens. And if you're caught with a gun, you're facing 20 years to life. You don't know that. I don't know that. That could be somewhere in that bill. We have no idea what is in that bill. But I do have sort of an idea. You see, America has lost its sovereignty. We know this because right now they are seriously considering bringing in UN troops on American streets in Chicago. You and I both know that when and if that happens, it's not going to stop there. You're going to start seeing UN's quote unquote peacekeeping troops in every major city in this country. I warned you that this was coming. I told you this back on the Wide Awake news show with the late great Charlie McGrath. I warned everyone that they were coming, and they're going to be positioned in every major city. You see, the wickedness of George Soros and other people like him, these billionaire philanthropists, who are not philanthropists at all. They're major terrorist donors. They support terrorism. The Charlottesville riot was an act of terrorism financed by big billionaire so-called philanthropists. That's what they do. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, all of these wicked organizations fund and back terrorism against the citizen, whether it be killing people off with immunizations and vaccinations that do more harm than good, or whether it's funding Antifas and all these other organizations, your Antisas, ISIS, Al Qaeda, whatever name or acronym you want to put in it. It's all backed and funded by rich, billionaire, philanthropists, individuals, and organizations. This is the last nail in the coffin of U.S. sovereignty and the country as you once knew it. The final goal is to cause civil unrest. They've been working on civil unrest for a long time, and now they're enacting their plan. Their plan is to get the people so riled up that they don't know which end is up. They don't even know what they're angry about or who they're angry with. They're just angry. And it started with the Charlottesville situation. Now you have Soros funded KKK rallies and invitations going out all over the South, all over the state of Virginia, all up in the countrysides, and other towns and cities near you. You name the wicked organization, it's being funded and backed. They want civil unrest. They want the American people to fight amongst themselves with each other. They don't want you turning your anger toward the quote unquote government. So while everyone's fighting with each other and angry, the government's doing these very wicked things in the background. One of the things that they're doing is they're pushing AI. They want artificial intelligence to run everything. If I have not made it clear to you before, please let me make it clear to you now. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. Okay? Man is sinful and fallen and far from intelligent. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Therefore, if you are a God hater, you have no wisdom. With that being said, they want to merge not so much as man and machine. That's not the ultimate goal. Remember, the thing you call government is a very wicked organization. It wants to destroy you. It does not want to help you or save you in any way. The end goal is to merge the artificial intelligence with a cyborg body. That's why they're pushing all these sex dolls and things of that nature. They want the cyborgs to be able to walk among the people, just like the different TV shows that came out showing, computer robots walking and living among people, so that humans can take them as wives and husbands. They even had little kids. For those who don't have kids and want a kid, you can get a little android kid. All right, but it doesn't stop there. It's like that movie with Will Smith. Remember that? There've been so many of them. I can't remember all the names of them, but you know what I'm talking about. So, what is the end game? The end game is to have the artificial intelligence to become full blown intelligent. There's no way to do that with modern computer programming. A software program is only as good as the software developer. Even artificial intelligence cannot reproduce itself. It can't really think on the level that they're trying to get you to believe that it can. It's not superior to the human brain. A computer software program can only compute and calculate what you put into it. Computers are basically glorified calculators. That's what they are. They will process and run the program as you would put it in it. It does not have the ability to write its own code and make things up on the fly outside of its programming. It can't, because it doesn't have a soul. It's not a breathing, living thing. So when they say artificial intelligence, it's misleading to make you think that man has created something that is intelligent and supersedes himself. Man is not God, no matter how much he wants to be. He is not God and cannot be God. And anything that man has made, anything made with hands, anything made by man, is prone to failure and destruction, and is limited in its lifespan and its ability, just like man is. So don't buy it. All right. They're trying to get you comfortable with the whole idea of AI in your house, with these little droid things that you put in your house and you talk to it like Alexia and all those other things. Talk to it and then it gives you back some information, making it seem like this thing is you can't live without it. It's smarter than you. It's better than you. It knows more than you. No, what it is crammed full of algorithmic lines of code that can contain and hold and process information faster than the human brain. It is not superior to you because it has more information. All right, it doesn't have light, it doesn't have a soul, no matter how much and bad they want it to. But again, even that is not the end game. What is the end game? The end game is to bring the inanimate object to life. How in the world is man going to do that? How are you going to how are you going to build this quote unquote perfect AI, android, synthetic, walking, talking thing? You want to know how? I'll tell you how. The end game is to infuse the walking, talking android with demonic energy. That's right. See, demons can possess or enchant objects, places, and things, and people, but they don't have corporeal bodies. They need a host, like a human being or an animal or some kind of inanimate object. So the end game is to infuse one with demonic energy, thus bringing the inanimate object to life. See, if you infuse it with a fallen angel, then now the android synthetic being, as far as you're concerned, is now human. It now does have intelligence. It's no longer artificial intelligence, but it is now supreme intelligence. It has light in it now. So even though it's a dark one, it's a false light. And that once they've done that, they have the perfect entity for that. And they have the perfect synthetic android for that. It can run for president. Heck, it can become king. It can become the Antichrist, as far as we know. Just wanted to throw that out there to you. All right? It sounds crazy. It sounds far-fetched. But I'm not telling you anything I haven't already told you before. Everything that I tell you and warn you about comes to pass. I'm not pulling things out of the air. I'm telling you what's going on. Everything I have told you, you can research it for yourself and you'll see exactly what's happening. I warned you about the cryptocurrencies. I told you that they were hacked a long time ago. I told you that high speed, high frequency traders and large institutional money was pouring into these markets. But you didn't believe me. Now it's mainstream media, it's mainstream news. Now the governing bodies are concerned about insider trading and all these other things that the other markets, such as stocks and futures and Forex, have gone through. You're looking at the beginning stages of Internet 2.0. For those of you too young to remember the internet craze of the 1990s, that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing now, I'll call it the blockchain mania, because blockchain is really the big story behind the cryptocurrency. So you're looking at the blockchain mania. Wall Street, once again, late to the party. So now they're coming aboard and they're causing prices to go through the roof. When they made the Bitcoin future, they knew exactly what they were doing. They know that this Bitcoin is going to go to 99,000, 100,000. They know that. They know that. All right. If you don't know that, I'm telling you now, Bitcoin will see 100,000. It doesn't have to make sense to you. I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but there's only a certain amount of tokens and coins and certain, that will ever be created, blah, blah, blah. I understand what you're saying, but you don't understand that once Wall Street and the government powers that be get a hold of it, they turn it on its head and it no longer makes sense. Just like our bond market doesn't make sense. Our stock market doesn't make sense. The precious metals markets on the paper side of things don't make sense, but they're still here anyway, and they're still going up and down every day, are they not? All right. So once the government gets a hold of something, it no longer makes sense. It loses its theoretical basis and value. All right. And you have to understand that the correlations in the markets have long since broken down. So with that being said, everyone is now cramming in and getting into the blockchain space. So in 2018, the blockchain stocks are going to be the story because those are going to be the ones to go off. All right. Now, I want you to understand something. For a time, it's going to look like all you have to do is buy and hold something in the blockchain space and you're fine. For a time, that's going to be the case. When you're in a runaway parabolic bull market, doesn't matter what you buy, everything's going up. And you'll make money if you continue to do that. But once the markets organize and settle down, they're going to become trading vehicles again, prone to both bull and bear markets, and long-term bear markets, and long-term bull markets, and long-term consolidated flat markets. All the regular normal market forces that affect stocks, bonds, mutual funds, commodity futures, and Forex apply to your coins, your Bitcoin and your altcoins. They're tradable markets. I tried to tell you guys that in the beginning. No one wanted to hear me. No, Dex, you don't know what you're talking about. This is different. This is something you don't understand. No, you don't understand. You don't understand human behavior. You don't understand that when you're talking about a market like this, it is still a market at the end of the day. And it's funny the way that they report things too. That's how you know that they're hit pieces. The last few reports I've been seeing is something like this: blockchain hacked. Now, for those of you who know better, you know that the people who are writing these are trying to throw shade at a certain thing. In addition to that, they don't know what they're talking about because you can't hack the blockchain. But they want you to think that. They want you to start distrusting the space. See, when people start turning negative and sour on something, it causes the prices to crash and collapse. Then the big boys get to come in and pick up the pieces and buy everything for dirt cheap and then ram the prices up higher than they've ever been before. Dow Jones, for example. Remember 2008 and 2009 when the markets hit bottom? Those markets got crushed. The elite crushed the mess out of those markets so they could come in and buy it up. Did you not think that they knew that the Dow was going to go to 24 and 25,000? Come on, of course they knew. They knew what they were doing. I warned you guys back on the late great Charlie McGrath's Wide Awake radio show back then. I said, You guys, we're about to enter into the father of all bull markets. Remember I said that? Everybody thought I was insane. And look at the markets today. Well, I'm about to help you out one last time. After this, there will be no more warnings. You're just going to miss out. You'll miss out on the second greatest bonanza in our lifetime. The internet was the first bonanza. Now the blockchain is the second bonanza. Don't miss out on it, folks. Like it, love it, or leave it. It's not going anywhere. This is your chance and opportunity to make millions for yourself. But I don't have money to invest in Bitcoin. It's $20,000 a coin. Yeah, but you know, that's the thing about cryptocurrencies. You can buy pieces of a coin. You don't have to buy a full coin. That way, anyone can participate. That's another reason why the governments hate the cryptocurrency space, because the poor man with a nickel to his name can play. And that nickel can turn into a dime, and the dime turn into a quarter, and a quarter turn into a dollar. They hate that. They hate that. They don't want to see the common man get ahead or get rich. They hate it. That's why you have to get rich as soon as possible, folks. All right, so you can trade the cryptos directly, or you can open up a brokerage account at places like TD Ameritrade or Interactive Brokers and buy equities, or you can trade the futures. All right. Which equities do I buy? Those that are directly related to the blockchain. All right. There are going to be others that come out, but there are a few that are considered the leaders in the space. I've told you about some of them. I'll mention some more today. GBTC, that ticker, is your main one. BTCS is your next one. Prelif, or it's part of the Hive products, PRELF. Riot is another huge one. Bots I put in there, even though it's not directly a blockchain thing, but it has to do with this whole artificial intelligence thing. You want to watch that. LFIN is another one. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, NVIDIA, and now a new one. For some odd reason, I didn't really catch the whole news story on it, but Overstock.com, the ticker is OSTK. All right. Follow those tickers and watch them. You can invest in those. You can buy those and you can trade those, okay? Most of them are pink sheet, over-the-counter type stocks, so, you know, risk abounds with those because there's no pre-market trading. There's no extended hours trading, except for AMD and NVIDIA, maybe Overstock. I haven't looked into that one, but anyway, there you go, folks. On the equity side of things, that's what you need to watch. Those are going to be the stocks of tomorrow. You're going to see those things explode just the way you saw the blockchain coins explode. You saw Bitcoin explode this year. It's been all about Bitcoin. Next year, the story is going to be all about those equities. They are diligently working behind the scenes to bring blockchain ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, and things of that nature. So you're going to see a host of ETFs come out. You're going to see other companies come out and stuff. Man, it's just so much going on right now. Just find a way to participate any way you can. But at the end of the day, folks, this is going to go the way of the mining stocks. Remember when mining stocks were flying high and they were all of that. And then they lost favor for a long time, and now they're coming back into focus again. That's what's going to happen to these. Eventually, folks, the bull is going to die. It's going to go away. You're going to hit a bear market correction, and then you're going to hit a consolidated time, and then the market will start to do whatever it does again like normal markets do. You cannot just buy and hold this stuff, folks. I'm sorry to tell you that. The day of buy and hold is over. You have to trade and take profits along the way. Learn how to trade. Learn about what trading is. Trading has changed too. It used to be just about you could read a chart and you're good. If you learn how to read charts and learn how to use a few technical indicators and do some technical analysis, you can make money on a consistent basis. But now that's dead too. because everything now is being taken over by artificial intelligence, folks, algorithms. You don't know the half about these algorithms. These algorithms are something else. And if you don't know, then you have no way to beat them. They're going to take your money every time. That's what pulse wave trading comes in. That's where it comes in. That's what it's there for. To give you the edge, to put the edge in your hands so that you know when to buy and sell. All right? That's what it's about. You got to know when to buy and sell, folks. At the end of the day, I don't care what anyone tells you, you have to learn when to buy and sell. You have to. When is the top coming? When is the bottom coming? The only way you're going to know that is with the pulse wave price triggers. They tell you not when and where only, but at what price. Yeah, price is the most important thing in any trading system or trading methodology or style. Price pays, folks. At the end of the day, price pays. Indicators break down, but price pays. Remember that. Indicators break down, but price pays. Okay? Learn how to do this. This may be your last chance. Laws and rules will be changing to make it harder for you to get an account to trade with. They love shutting down avenues of opportunity for regular people to get involved. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened with the equity side of things or the commodity future side of things. All right? So, anyway, I digress. But you need to learn how to do this. All right? From a professional who worked actually on Wall Street as a trader who was licensed and got paid to do this. Been doing this for over 20 years. All right, so my track record on YouTube speaks for itself. All of my analysis videos going way back years is still there. I have not deleted any of my videos. The ones where I got it right, got it wrong, made, lost, doesn't matter. It's there for you to see. Other people can't say that, but I can. Even my live trading webinars that I did here on YouTube, it's right there, showing you, especially during the FOMC days. Go ahead and check them out if you haven't checked them out. All right, with that said, let me give you a little bit of what's going on with these charts, just so you can plan for your holiday. Now, I plan on taking off tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday. I want that 4-day weekend. And that's what's going to be on. I don't expect too much going on in the crypto space over the holiday weekend, but you never know. So we'll see what happens. All right, so the first chart I got up, as you can see, is the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. What needs to happen? Well, market's still bullish. All it needs to do is close above 155.53 tomorrow, and the bullishness will continue. The Santa Claus rally will continue into next week. Taking a look at your Bitcoin futures. Here we go. The XBT. What needs to happen on the Bitcoin futures? Well, you can see it's still a brand new product. Ain't been trading that much. This is only the second week. You see how the market hit a new high, 20,500, and now has reversed. All right. What needs to happen? Well, for this one to maintain some bullishness, it needs to get back above 17,310. Fair to do so may cost more retesting of the lows here. All right, so that's where you are. All right, moving right along, let's take a look at the XIV. Now, XIV has been a very stubborn one as of late. It's maintaining and even picking up more power on the bull side. All it needs to do is close above 124.09 this week, and the bull market rally will continue, folks. This market is strong, and you got rampage coming up, leading you all the way up into June of next year, folks. All It is what it is. You don't have to like it, but it is what it is. All right, check this out. Here's your Dow futures. Same thing. Just needs to close above 24,275. And we got more bullishness to come. Got rampage leading up to June of next year as well. Let's see here. Take a look at that Russell. All right, here's the Russell futures. Same thing. Just needs to close above 1526.60, and it's good to go. More continuation pattern for leading up into next year. All right. Gold. Gold is trying to do a little something. You can see where we consolidated back here. Market looked like it was going to do something, then it just lost all momentum. It's trying to regain that momentum back. This week it needs to close above 1266.90 to regain that momentum. If it can do it, then it should have a nice continuation pattern going into next week. Perhaps it can take out the first overhead resistance of 1276.60. Let's see what happens. Looking at silver. Silver is trying to regain that lost momentum. It's been several weeks that it's lost it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the 5th week that we're working on. All right. Trying to regain some momentum. Needs to close above $16.33. If it does, then it opens up the door to make a run toward the overhead resistance of $16.74. And then the ultimate one of $17. Can it get back above 17 and get into the Kumo cloud? We shall see, folks. We shall see. But even if it does, you're looking at a long period of consolidation from the end of December until probably February. I'm sorry, not February, April of next year. All right, how about GDXJ? Looking at GDXJ, it's trying to do what silver is trying to do, but it's ahead of the silver. It's already at the first resistance of $32.72. First of all, it needs to close above $31.79 to keep this rally off the lows alive. And I think it wants to test $33.87. So that's what I'm looking for this to do going into next week, if it can close above the $31.79 momentum line. All right, let's take a look at your oil. Oil finally broke out of its consolidation pattern, and now it's consolidating again. So here's the new levels here now. All right, so support is around the $55 mark. This market needs to close this week above $57.06, and it can carry over some more possible bullish momentum into next week as it marches toward that $60 resistance. Once it breaks that 60, it's going to be interesting where we go from there. But it probably won't do it until, I would say, next week. Normally, the last trading week of the year is pretty bullish, so we'll see. Of course, things can change, things can turn at any moment. So let's just see. All right, all the talks about the bond market falling through the floor and yields rising, that's what's been happening. I told you that they left the door wide open for the Fed to raise those rates, and they did. And ever since they did, now look, these rates are falling, folks. The bond prices are falling. So you can expect those yields to continue to rise into next year. All right, it's falling off a cliff now to come and test these lows. That opens the door for another Fed hike. I think we probably will see those 3 rate hikes next year. Seriously, they probably will do it. They may even do an in-between meeting one. Don't be surprised, because they do owe you one. They haven't done that in a long time. They owe you one. So here we are right now, hanging off the cliff when the market's in free fall, coming to test these lows back in here. First support, second support. After that, you're just in free fall and back down into the low 140s. And that seems to be the case for the bonds. All right, so they've been talking about the dollar. They've been saying, oh, this is the weakest dollar in 10 years. Well, this is 2017, so that would take you back to 2007. That's not true at all. That's not true. The lowest we've seen, have they forgotten? Between the 2010, 2012, when the dollar was at 77 cents, and right now we're at 93 cents. So how is this the weakest? This is not the weakest. It appears that way looking at the chart. You see where we fell from, but this is a weekly chart. If you looked at the monthly charts, you will see that no, this is not the worst. I don't know why they like to spin stuff. It's not true. You ain't seen the dollar break that 88 cent support. You didn't see it break that. All right. Back in here, you got to 91. You did not break the 88. You did not go into the 90 handle. You did not go into the 90 handle. And then here you are. Now, if it breaks and gets into that 88 hand, that's the first alarm bell I warned you about. The second one is when it hits that 77 cents. That's a red alert. We hit that and we stayed there for a while, even double bottom back then. And then it just skyrocketed from there, went all the way up to the 103, almost 104 handle. So I don't know what they're talking about. This is still a very strong dollar. All right. So I don't know where they're going with this. This dollar has been, according to Trump's plan, he told you that this is what they were going to do for their import export purposes. So it's doing exactly what they needed to do. All right. It's not bearish as far as the import export situation and the business model that they have for this dollar. It's going exactly the way they want it to go. There's nothing wrong with this dollar. All right. Not according to what it is that they've been trying to do. It's right on par with what they've been trying to do. So don't believe the hype about the dollar. All right. Dollar's still king. From a trading perspective, it's in a bear market. All right. It's in a correction off the lows again, but still, nevertheless, in a bear market. That's it. This correction could really get steam and it could turn bullish again and run all the way up to 104, 105 again. Don't believe the hype. Trade what you see, folks. And if you don't know what you're looking at and you can't trade what you see because you don't know what you see, pulsewavetrading.com is for you. So anyway, I want to say thank you again to all of my subscribers and everyone who has supported throughout the year. It has been an awesome year. Awesome year. If you have not been a follower of the Premium Trading Room, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the traders made a killing in the crypto space this year, folks. A killing. And I don't know what else to tell you. If you didn't, well, you need to come on over and get a fresh start for a new year. That's all I can tell you. Because next year is going to be absolutely bananas. We're talking insane profits across the board. And yes, you're going to have an opportunity to do it on the equity side of things too. The equity side of things this year has been really kind of tame. The liquidity really hasn't been there. But that's all about the change because this rush into the blockchain space is going to start. That's how you know that the market is really gone bananas, when it starts to spread into other non-correlated or related markets. And that's what you're about to see. So I don't know what else to tell you outside of that. Once again, happy holidays to everybody. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back and enjoy the holidays. Peace.